Well, congratulations. How are you feeling after that fight over here?
I'm feeling pretty banged up. It was tough. I had to use a lot of my body to get the win. I hit him with everything I have. I took a lot of his shots, but I wanted it more. I trained hard, and I got the toughness to get that win. You know, he's skilled. I'm skilled. That's a thing that everybody has in the UFC, but I wanted it, so I got it.
I see you have something on your wrist and something on your foot. Can you tell us what you think may be the issues?
I hit him about 55 times with this right hand is probably why it's really sore. He landed a few kicks on me early, and I had to match the intensity and come back with my own kicks. That's what saved my leg. You know, offense was my defense for that. So both my legs are pretty banged up. The wrist and the thumb, definitely, I caught an elbow at one point and jammed it up, but it's all minor stuff.
Nothing broken, you think?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty tough.
Did you anticipate that kind of a fight with him?
Yeah, no, I did expect to be standing. I expected, this is exactly what I expected. I expected him to not handle my pressure and my power and to shoot. And he's not the best wrestler. So even what was happening with him against the cage, we knew that was going to happen. And I managed my energy really well. I made the most of those opportunities. I kept pressure on the feet until he shot. We said this for 8 weeks straight through camp, and it's exactly what happened.
Was there anything about him that surprised you?
I mean, he was tough. I hit him clean many times, right on the chin. He went down in almost every round. His leg, everybody saw that. At any point, he could have just laid down. It could have been over, but he didn't want to quit. He wanted to be in there. And I really appreciate an opponent like that can push us both to our limit, our max, and see what we can do. So I appreciate that out of him. He was definitely tough.
Did you guys speak at all afterwards?
Like a little bit in the cage. I actually told him, it's a funny thing winning fights. Very quickly, I can see the other guy's side of it. It sucks, man. I've lost before too, and I know he had a lot committed. I had a lot committed. Losing is tough. I felt for him. So, I just told him, keep your chin up. You're still a warrior. And I even actually told him that I was afraid to fight you. Like, there was nights I was up in bed trying to get to sleep, and I'd seen some of his knockouts. I knew that he was, coming from a really good team, had a lot of hype, and he kept me up at night. So I let him know that, he's still the man, even though he lost tonight. So I hope he's doing all right. I know it sucks.
This might sound like a weird question, but do you like that feeling that you're about to fight someone that you're a little bit afraid of? Because when you win, it makes maybe the win feel a little bit better, or do you?
Hell no. I'd rather have easy fights for the rest of my career if that's possible. Yeah, it's tough, scary dudes are tough and scary. So yeah, it's not ideal, but it's part of it. It gets you the nervous energy you need to push hard, to train hard. You got to find a motivation in each fight. The motivation changes through your life, through your career, and each one needs new motivation. So a lot of the times at this level, it's just the fact that they're bad men, and you got to be really ready for it. So it helped me push hard, train hard. I didn't get tired in there because I knew how tough he was, and I was training hard for it.
You mentioned the losses. Was there any pressure going into this fight, knowing that you were coming off some losses, and maybe your job was at stake? What were the feelings going into this fight?
It was all pressure. I knew it was, but I use it in the right way. I perform best with that kind of pressure. I kind of went out there fighting a little bit freer. Like, whatever happens, happens. I just want to fight great. I want to be remembered as somebody that's exciting, that people actually give a shit about to watch fight. But at this level, you still need to win, so there's always a little bit of a balance there. And I think I really just found it tonight. I had a good balance of trying to be exciting, making sure I got the win. You're always searching for that. My last fight, I was a little too worried about just getting the win. I didn't really fight my fight, and it bugged me, and I really wanted to get that taste out of my mouth, and I definitely did tonight. I'm pretty proud of it.
And what's the game plan for the rest of the year? When would you like to fight again, and any opponents you have in mind?
That's the beauty of the UFC. There's so many great fights. There's so many great opponents. The matchups. Every time I watch a card, I'm just picturing myself, matching myself up with these guys. So it's an open book in the UFC. Every name in there, there's a reason to get excited about. That was the last fight on my contract, so I really hope I did enough to remind them why they signed me and why people want to see me fight. And don't put me as the first fight anymore. I don't like it. So yeah, hopefully I did enough to get a new contract, and with that, everything that comes with it, more exciting fights. And I think the UFC, in my view, the matches they've given me so far, they are giving me the opportunity to be great. They're giving me these exciting matchups, saying, let's see what you do with them, and I'm trying my best every time to make sure I'm doing my part of it. So we have a great relationship so far. They're giving me fights that are going to be exciting, and that's what I want. So let's keep it rolling. Let's do it some more.
Thank you.
That being said, you started the card off as well, though. I mean, that's got to feel like they're putting a little pressure, hoping that you, maybe knowing what you're going to bring, they had you start the card off. I guess there's a positive in that, too, that they trust that you're going to bring some action.
It's true, and I do think that they trust that because I've proven it consistently. I go out there and I fight my ass off every time, whoever it's against. I can be an underdog, I can be a favorite, I can get late finishes, I can go through adversity, whatever the people want to see, I can do it. I do feel like we have a good relationship. I feel it in the matchups I'm getting. You can read between the lines sometimes, I think, and what I'm seeing is that they are investing in me with some great fights, letting me get my feet wet, and we're slowly turning up the dial. And I'm going to keep doing my part, and I hope the UFC keeps doing theirs, and we'll have a good relationship.
Awesome. Last for me, how many stitches did you get? And is that from was that the clash of heads in the third round?
You know, I don't know. I think it's like 7 stitches, and I don't think it was. I think it happened earlier because I saw the blood dripping. It must have been maybe an elbow or something clean because I didn't even feel it. I didn't even know that I was cut till after. So, yeah, good thing my girlfriend likes me for my personalities.
Yeah. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
Well done tonight, sir. Awesome performance. I'm real curious. You mentioned these, getting over that past performance, that moving past that bad taste in your mouth, believing in yourself, and now you also add that whole factor of last fight on the contract. How were you able to conquer these things? And I know it has to feel amazing when you got your hand raised to be like, yeah, I'm still that dude. But how were you able to move past that, the psychology at all?
I'm just a badass, man. Like, I've done this my whole life. It's been a battle. I can battle through anything. I know it. I just keep giving myself these tests, and I just keep passing. It's, a lot of people put themselves in. I'm grateful for it that I can stand up to these occasions because a lot of people go to dig down deep and they come up empty-handed. And me, I've never found my bottom. I can just keep going, and it gives me confidence to go into these crazy scenarios, whatever it is, pressure, fights, all these things, and I just know that I'm going to succeed. It's just built in me right now. So I have a lot of confidence in myself, and that helps me get through it for sure.
Man, that's amazing. And shout out to that confidence because it's really great to build off of that. You touched earlier about it with Amy about the motivations. What are those? Can I ask, what are the new motivations?
Yeah, it's a great question. They change all the time. Right now, the motivation is really my team, my family, my students at my gym. They're so invested in me and my fighting and my career, and they get so much energy. I just want to win for them. Like, I know they're all at home watching it on the big screen and cheering for me, and yeah, I want to give them something to cheer about. I've cheered for myself enough times. I don't need it anymore, but I really get the most from other people, really supporting me and me making sure that they're making the right decision when they support me. I want to give them something to cheer about. So
I'm sure they were, and you gave them 15 great minutes to just go crazy and yell. Once you get back home and talk to the team and everything, do you guys have like a viewing party with you, like kind of pointing out some stuff, or no?
Man, you're a smart guy. That's a good idea. No, we've never done that before. They do it while I'm away. Like in my gym, we have a big screen that we use for kids' parties and stuff, but we pull it down and we stop classes and we watch the fights, whether it's myself or some of our other teammates that have high-profile fights. But yeah, viewing party might not be a bad idea. But also when I rewatch it, I feel the lumps and bumps again. And no matter how long it is after you watch it, you just remember, like, yeah, that hurt. But they probably get a lot out of that, so it's a good idea, actually. Thanks.
That'd be awesome. Yes, sir. And last for me, speaking of bumps, I know we caught it in the corner when, watching it cage side, that it almost seemed like he was really hurt from the strikes, the leg kicks of you, or rolled something, almost like that whole Brian Ortega Rodriguez Part 2 moment, and your corner went crazy. They were like, did you catch that when it happened, or what kind of talk did you have in between rounds?
Yeah, no, I knew that leg was chewed up. He came hard at mine, and I'm wearing a boot because of it. He is really good at it, and I had to get that respect back right away. I can't let somebody walk you down and kick your leg, or they're going to just run the fight. So I came back hard, and I drilled that a lot. I'm really good in that area. I have good placement. You can tell he was throwing big, heavy kicks, but I was throwing accurate kicks, and I knew they were adding up. You still have to be careful, though. Those low kicks, guys get, they see that finish of the guy hopping on one leg, and yeah, that looks great, but you get too antsy, you're still in punching range. He was still a powerful puncher right to the end. I had to keep my hands up. So I knew it was hurt, but I had to pick my shots, and then he ended up switching stances, which changed things a bit too. So I was chasing that leg, but, I always chase the leg. I always know where it is. So like, my corner, they were feeling it too. They wanted me to get on it, but it's always this balance you're trying to find. I got to put the pressure on, not get too crazy and get caught with something, especially when I know I'm up and I'm winning. So.
And you kind of beat me to the last question. I just have to give you so much props that you stayed disciplined, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna go for the kill," and then it turns into Czech Congo versus Pat Barry, and then you're the other side of the highlight reel. But you stayed very disciplined and just knew, I'm up on the scorecards, but I'm not gonna get foolish. So well done on that.
Yeah, we have a term for it in our gym. I'm sure Coach knows what it is. Smart pressure. Smart pressure. It's a lot different than pressure. So yeah, we work on that a lot, and my experience showed that. That's experience right there. That's why I won that fight. He was dangerous. He was tough, but I got almost twice as many MMA fights, and you saw it out there for sure.
Awesome. Congrats on the win, and good luck with the renegotiations. We'll hope to see you back.
Thank you. Good guys.
Thanks, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.